Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, a channel where I try and show you the fun that can be had exploring the world of variant Sudoku. Do not adjust your sets. This grid does look a little bit different. The colors look a little bit off, and I think that's a deliberate choice by the creator of this puzzle, GDC. GDC has done some amazing puzzles in the past, and I expect this one to be the same. This grid looks stunning. The rules are standard, but the display of the grid is not. Well, actually, no, the rules are not standard. There is a constraint here I've never seen before. So what am I talking about? Who knows? We'll find out together. So this is The Nature of My Game by GDC. And this grid looks weird. The gray grid and everything, very strange. I kind of like it. Let's have a look at the puzzle and jump straight into the rules because, wow. So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, which you can see kind of, just, yeah, every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. And you can see that the highlighting is actually being broken by however this grid is being done. Renban lines. Digits on a pink Renban line do not repeat and form a single consecutive run when sorted. So interesting that GDC is doing this. When you take the digits off this line and sort them, they will be a single consecutive run. This is the way I've been explaining Renban lines. I've never seen it stated in the wording before, so that's kind of cool. But whatever the digits that go, so this is a 3-cell Renban line. This cell goes into here. So into here, we could put 1, 2, 3. They could be in any order. You couldn't do 1, 2, 4 because if you took the digits off and sorted them, they would not be a consecutive run. Really, really nice way. I don't know. I suppose that's a nice way of phrasing it. It's a good way to explain it. I don't know. Explaining things in words is different to explaining things. I'd never considered putting that in the way to do it in writing. You speak to people in a different way that you put things in writing. I've never considered it before. Anyway, Rellik Cages. This is the one I need to pay attention to. No combination of one or more digits in a cage may sum to the digit in the top left corner. So, for example, in this cage, no combination of digits that we can make in this cage can sum to 3. No combinations of digits that we can make in this cage will sum to 8. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So the 8 in this box has to be in the 3 cage because you cannot put an 8 in here or the combination of an 8 on its own would sum to in here, or otherwise the 8 on its own would sum to 8. Similarly, we can't put a 3 in the 3 cage. So the 3 is down here. Oh, yeah. There was a thing that I missed. Diagonal. Digits cannot repeat along the blue diagonals. I missed it because I was getting to the things that look weird. It all looks weird. This whole grid looks weird. I'm not going to redo it. Those were the rules. The rules are in the puzzle. They're above. They're everywhere. That was just me being a thing. This one is actually more important, I think, because 3 has to be in here. 8 has to be in here. But 1 also has to be in here because if I put 1 in here, then then the 1 and the 7 would sum to 8. But I can't put 2 in here. Oh, yeah, I can't put 2 in here because if I put a 2 in here, the 1 and the 2 would sum to 3. So 2 is in here. Now 2 and 3 are in here. That's not helping me. There's got to be something I can do with this. Okay. Now, I can't put 3. So there's 3s. I don't think I can put a 3 here. If I put a 3 here, they'd have to, because of these 3 cages, I can never put 3 into these circles. Now, there's a couple of different ways of seeing this. First of all, you could say, if I can't put 3 into those, you could use a thing called Fistemafel to say that 3 can't be in any of those. The other way to look at it is if I put a 3 here in this box, because I can't put it in the cage or in those, I'd have to put a 3 here. Then in this box, I couldn't put a 3 in those. There'd have to be a 3 here. And now I can't put a 3 in the cage. The pointing 3s here is saying no 3 here, and the pointing 3s here is saying no 3s here. There's no 3 on the diagonal here, which means the 3 has to be on the diagonal in here. But the similar thing is true. I can't put a 3 in any of those or any of those. We end up with a 3 in the center of the grid. No, taking out. That is definitely raising a glass to freedom. Okay, now. This is important, I think. That is a 6-cell Renban line. Or more importantly, a 6-cell Renban loop. I'd love to If you're GDC, I'd love to know how you actually do these lines in the grid. Anyway, reach out to me. Anyway, this is a 6-cell Renban line. So if I start at 1 and go up, it's 1 through 6. And if I start at 9 and go down, it's 4 through 9. So 4, 5, and 6 is on this line. So this is either 1, 2, 3. No, that's not true. That is not true. Because, for example, I could make this 2 through 7 and have 1, 8, and 9 on here. But this is a 6-cell Renban line. So that must have 4, 5, and 6 on it, and I can't put 4, 5, 6 here. This is a 4, 5, 6 triple. I can't put 3 is in here, and I can't put 5 in here. 5 is in here. And I can't, right, 3 is outside this cage, but I don't have the same 5 restriction here because there's no 8 cage. But I can't put 5 out here because it would, or 6. Right. I can't put 5 out here. So 5 is in here because 5 in here would interact with the 3, and the 3 and the 5 would sum to 8. And if I put 6 in here, I'd have the same problem. So this is 1, 5, 6, and 8. And I need to confirm. Now, none of those do, but I want to put these in. So they're 2, 3, 4, and 7. Now, there's no 3 here, and I can... No, I've already got the 7. They're 2, 3, 4, and 9. And I can remove the corner marks. I already have the 7. Now, 2, 7, I can't do 4 and 4. 9 doesn't sum to 8 with anything. 3, 4 is 7. Yeah, that works. And can I do the same up here? I can't put a 6... No, I'm not sure because I don't have the 1 being forced. But now 5 and 6 must be up here, and they can't be here. This is a 5-6 pair because the 5 and the 6 are down here. So I can't put 5, 6 here. I can't put 5, 6 here because the 5 and the 6 must be on here. So 5 and 6 are over here, but the 4, 5, 6 means this is actually a 5-6 pair, which means 3 is looking up in this box. There's no 3 in either of those. 3 is looking across here. There's no 3 in any of those. 3 is looking down here, and there's no 3 there. So 3 is looking across here. Of course, this was never a 3. Right, so now I've got the pointing 3s. It's got to be this 8 cage, doesn't it? Doesn't it? There's no 3 on this line. I can't put 3 on this line. Of course I can't put 3 on this line. So this line can't go down. This has to go up. So I can't do 1 or 2 on this line. Otherwise I'd need a 3 to connect to the 4, 5, 6. And I can't put 3 on this line because of the pointing 3s. These are 7, 8, 9, which means there's no 9 in those. This is 2, 3, 4. This is 9. This is fun. These are 1 through 6 now, which I can just remove the pencil marks because I know they're 1 through 6. 7 is down here somewhere. This is good fun. Now, 6 is in here. That's not helping me, is it? 6 is in here. I mean, it might be. Is it this line? This is 4, 5, or 6. So this is 4, 5, 6, or 7 because I can't put a 3 on it. Don't know. 1 through 6. So this has to be a 1 because 1, where's 1 in this row? Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 1. So 1 is not in here. 1 in here would put 2 in here. 1 in here would make this a 1, 3, and that seems okay. Because 1, 3, hang on, that might be a problem because 1, 3 here would mean that I couldn't put 4 or 7 in here. So this would be 5, 4, 5, 7, 8. If this was 1, 3, 4 and 7 would go in here and 6 would have to go in here. I can't make, right, I can't. If I put 1 here, so 1 can't go in any of those. If I put 1 here, this becomes 1, 3. which means in here, I couldn't put 4 because 1, 3, 4 is 8, and I couldn't put 7. So 4 and 7 would go in here, but that would mean 6 would have to go in here, and that doesn't work. So the 1 is in here, which means the 2 is out here. 2, 3, no, that's not it, but I can't put a 6 out here anymore because the 2 can't go with the 6. This is 1, 5, 6, 8. And why did I put 9 in there? Why did I put, what is going on? Why can't I remove the 9? There we go. So these are 2, 3, 4, 7, and 9. Now there's no 4 in there, and there's no 3 in there. So this is 2, 7, 9, and this is actually a 3, 4 pair. And I don't think I can make 8 with any of those combos. No, I can't. This is very cool. So 2, 7, 9, 4, 5, 6. So these are 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 and 8. So this isn't a 7. This is a 3, 8 pair. And these are 2, 4, 7, and 9. And there's no 7 there and there's no 9 there. But this is now 1, 5, 6, 8 on the diagonal. So I can't put 5, 6 here. These are 2, 4, 7, and 9. So this is 2, 4, 7, 9 on this diagonal. Don't know what to do with that yet. This is good fun. So 3 is in one of those, but 4... this 5, 6 is doing a lot. If this was a 5, this would have to be a 4 or a 6, and it can't be. This is a 6. 6 can only go next to 5 or 7, and it can't go next to a 5. That's a 7. This is a 5. The 7 takes 7 out of there. The 5 looks up taking 5 out of those. The 7 takes 7 out of there. That becomes a 7. Ooh, this is fun. Uh, 4 to 5, 6 to 7. This can't be a 4 anymore. It can't connect to that. This is not a 4. 4 is in one of those two. This one. Is that it? Because this is a 5-cell Renban, so it must have a 5 on it. I'm not sure what that's doing. 9, 8, 7, maybe 7. If this is a 2, I have to put a 3 on this, but I can put a 3 there. And this could be 1 or 4. I asked myself about this earlier because I can't put an 8. Right, I can't put an 8 onto this because if I put an 8 onto this, I'd need to put it with a 7 because 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, 6. And after that, I don't have an 8 on it. So 8 is up here. I can't put 1 and 2 in here. This could be 1, 2, 3. It can't be 2, 3, 4. Oh, it can't be 1, 2, 3. I can't put 1 down here. Because if I put 1 down here, this is 1, 2, 3, and there's no 3 up here. There's no 3 on this. So 1 can't go on this, and this is 1, 3, 8. That's cool. And these are from 2, 4, 5, and 6. And the only ones that are consecutive are 4, 5, 6. That's the 2. There's no 2 here. The 2 looks up saying that there's no 2 in any of those, and these are 4, 7, 9. Oh, this is so neat. If this was can't put 4, 5, 6 in any of those. But I need to connect to 3 or 4. Doesn't that mean those have to be 1, 2, 3? Because if I went up from this in any way, I'd need to put a 5 on this, and I can't do it. So if this went up in any way, I'd need to put a 5 on it. Like if I went 3, 4, I can't go 3, 4. I can't go 4, 5. These have to go down. And 3, 2, 1 would still need a 4, and I can't put a 4 on it. These have to be 1, 2, 3. That's the 4. That's the 3. There's no 3 there. So 3 is in one of those two. The 3, of course, says this isn't the 3. This is the 3. That's 2 of 4, 5, 6. These are, of course, 7, 8, 9. I'll pencil mark the triple because there's no 7 there. So 7 is in one of those two, putting 7 in one of those two, which means that is the 4, which means that's the 5, and there's no 5 there. I hope you're having as much fun with this as I am, because this is a blast. There's no 1 or 3 there. That's the 8. There's no 8 here, and that was because of the diagonal. Now, I can put 2 in here. In fact, I may have to, but I can't prove. 4 is in here, because 4 can't be in those, and 4 can't be in those. So 4 is in here. That digit must be in here. It's got to be this again. Think. 3 is in one of those two. 1 and 2 are not in those. So 1 and 2 are in here with the 3. Right, what can these digits be? They can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, or 7. This is an 8, 9 pair. That's neat. So these are 1, 2, 3. Sorry, including these. This can't be 3, so that's a 1, 2. These are 1, 2, 3. There's no 4 or 5 here. That's because of this. This is the 6, and this is 4, 5. There's so much entropy stuff going on here. The 4 looks back down the diagonal, making that the 9, which looks back up the diagonal, making that the 7, taking 7 out of those. Now, if this is a 9, these are 8 and 7. If this is a 2, I have to put a 3 on this line. Which still seems possible. Seven is in this box. But 7's not summing to 3 with anything. Like, once 1 and 3 are out of this box, the box is kind of useless. At least I think it is. As we said, 5 is on this line. Is there any digit I can't put on this line? I don't think I can put 9 on that line. Because if I put 9 on this line, it would have to go here. Oh no, these could be 8, 7. I could put 9 here and 8, 7 here. No, I can't. Because this 9 is saying this is 7, 8. So if I put 9 on this line, it would have to go in one of those two cells. And then I would have to put 8 and 7 on this line. I couldn't put them there, and they'd have to go in those two cells, which would break that. There's no 9 on this line. 9 is in one of those 4, which does put 9 down here. This is the trick. I'm sure this is the trick, but I'm not seeing exactly how to use it. Oh, no. So these are from 5, 6, 7, because I've got 1, 2, 3. They're from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but I can't put 4 in any of those. These are from 5, 6, 7. 5 is on this line. I can't put 9 on this line, so 4 is on this line. 4 is definitely on this line, and it's not in there. So 4 is looking down here, which would put 4 in one of those two. Can I put 8 on that line? I put 8 on this line. No, I don't think I can put 8 on this line. If I put 8 on this line, I'd also need to put 7 on this line, and I can't put them there. 8 and 7 would have to go here, but I've already got a 4 in here. I can't put an 8 on this line. 8 is in one of those 4. Which means 3 has to go on this line, and this becomes a 3-4 pair because I can't put 3 or 4 in any of those. Now this is even more restricted. Sort of, maybe. 3 is now in one of those 2. If this was 2, I'd need to put a 3 on this line, and I can't do it. This is the 9. This is the 2. Now that 9 means there's no 9 on the line, but there has to be an 8 on the line because this becomes 8, 7. And now there's no 7 on this line. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, there must be a 2 on this line down here, which puts a 2 in this 3 cage. And it's not in one of those 2. There's a 2 up here. Now there still must be a 5. There must be a 5 here, which puts a 5 in this cage because I've always needed a 5 on this line. So this is 2, 4, 5, 7. These are 2, 4, 5, and 7. Actually, I'm going to put those pencil marks back. There's 2 pencil marks says there's no 2 there. The 4 pencil mark says there's no 4 there. And the 7 pencil mark is done. Right. That's really, really nice. 7 on this diagonal is off the line, so it has to be on the line here, so it's off here. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are 6 and 9. And if those are 6 and 9, these are 1, 2, and 5, which just works for the line. These are 1, 2, and 5, so these are 6 and 9. And the 9 means that's the 6 and that's the 9. The 9 looks down saying that's not the 9, so this is the 9. That is a 7, 8 pair, so that can't be the 7. That's the 7. Still not. There's a 1, 2. Where's 9 in this row? Can't put 7 or 9 in any of those. This is actually a 7, 9 pair. So there's an 8 in one of those 2. And I can't put it on the diagonal. That's the 8. 1 can't go on the diagonal and it can't go in any of those cells. That's the 1, making that the 2. This is a 1, 3 pair. So this is the 2 that hasn't been placed in the row. Taking 2 out of those, so that's 4, that's 9, that's 2. The 4 and the 9 looks up saying that's not a 4. Something else. The 2 looks up saying that's not a 2. So the 5, 7 means that's the 4 and that's the 2. And I'm only missing a single digit, which is a 6, making that a 5, which makes that the 4 and that the 6. The 4 looks across making that the 5 and that the 4. The 9 looks across making that the 8, taking 8 out of those. There'll be other stuff going on. I'll get there eventually. This is fun. This 4 is looking up, making that the 3 and that the 4. The 3 makes that the 1 and that the 3. 1 takes 1 out of those. Something else, 6 takes 6 out of those. So these are 5, 8. So I can take the 8 out of those, but the 8, the pair is looking down, making that the 9 and that the 8. This is good. The 7 makes this the 8 and this the 7. The 8 is looking up, making that the 7 and that the 8, which looks across, making that the 5 and that the 8. The 5 looks down the diagonal, taking 5 out of those. This is 1, that's a 1, 6 pair on the diagonal, so that's the 8, taking 8 out of there. The 1 takes 1 out of there. The 5 takes 5 out of there. That's this 5. This 2 takes 2 out of there. So is it this? 3 is in one. 1 is in one of those. 2 is in one of those. 3, 4. which I still don't see how to resolve. I need to put 5 on this, which is in one of those, and 6, which is in one of those two. Okay. This 4 is looking across, making that the 3 and that the 4. The 3 is making that the 1 and that the 3. The 1 is looking across, making that the 6 and that the 1. The 6 is looking down the diagonal, making that the 1, taking 1 out of both of those. The 1 is looking up, making that the 2 and that the 1. These are all 5, 6, 7, 9. But the 8 is looking across, making that the 3 and that the 8, which says that's not the 3. So this is the 3, taking the pencil mark place of a 2, taking the pencil mark place of a 4. These are now 1, 5, and 6. 6 has to be there. It's not here. And the 5 is looking down, making that the 1, which makes that the 2, which makes that the 5 and that the 1, which fortunately takes the 1 out of there, which lines up. These 5, 6s, don't know, but something is going to resolve it. Something has to resolve this. This 5 is looking across, making that the 7 and that the 5. The 7 looks down, making that the 9 and that the 7. The 9 makes that the 6 and that the 9. The 6 makes that the 5 and that the 6. And the 5 makes that the 6 and that the 5. And that's, whoa. Congratulations, you solved the puzzle. From Ratfinks, GDC, thank you so much for setting this lovely puzzle for Carolyn Designs. Sorry for all the last minute chaos, but thank you for doing it justice regardless. Carolyn, choo-choo, thanks for continuing us along our journey. I hope some more people get to know you for your Sudoku from this, because you have such a warm and friendly community stream. I didn't know this was created for a stream. Someone recommended this to me. Not to mention insane art talents. This is a stream to come and relax in. Okay, I'm really sorry. I did not know that this was created for anyone else, because I only just saw this. So Carolyn Designs, I'm assuming, is a stream or something. I'm going to try and find the details and link to it below, because if I can find those details, because this puzzle is beautiful. And if this was created for someone else, I'm not trying to steal from that. Someone recommended this puzzle to me, and I have permission from GDC to do GDC's puzzles. So I will try and follow that one up. I did love this puzzle. I really did. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll try and provide details below. Thanks everyone, and as always, good luck with your solving.